Hey everybody, it's Jason Wood from 11 O'Clock Comics, and we're back with another week of comics on shelves. The week of Wednesday, January 25th is jam-packed with options. It was admittedly very hard to whittle it down to 5 books, but that's the premise of the show, so without further ado, let's jump in. We take you into the world of indie comics with our first pick of the week, Santos Sisters number 3, written and drawn by the team of Greg and Fake, published by Floating World Comics. Now, be forewarned, this is a book that probably isn't going to be on the shelves of every single comic store if you didn't pre-order it, so be on the lookout, and if worse comes to worse, you can always order it online from Floating World Comics directly. What is Santos Sisters? Well, it is a fun book, as you can probably see from the cover art, that takes its artistic inspiration from the great Archie comics that have been going on for decades. Just super clean, honest line work. But the fun here is that it's one part adventure superhero comic, one part Archie comic, and a dash of really orthogonal oddball humor. Stuff that kind of makes you go, huh? But in all the right ways. Tom King and Greg Smallwood are back with the Human Target number 11 of 12. Yes, it's the penultimate issue of this incredible DC series where Christopher Chance, aka the Human Target, tries to figure out who poisoned him. Saga has become one of those books that's just so good for so long that it seems like it's lost some momentum out there. There just isn't a lot of people discussing it, but again, it's not because it's not still amazing. It's just that we're pretty much numb to it because it never misses. Well, either way, Saga number 61 brings us the start of yet another arc by the incredible all-star Hall of Fame caliber duo of Brian K. Vaughan and Fiona Staples. I probably don't need to tell you that Saga's worth picking up, but just in case you haven't been paying attention for the last bunch of years, do me this favor and grab this issue. He is the terror that flaps in the night. He is the ferocious fowl who plucks the evil eye from the face of foul play. He is Darkwing Duck. And yes, he is back in comics with a new number 1 published by Dynamite with writer Amanda Diebert and Carlo Lauro on art. I don't know much about the creative team yet, but I am excited for this. Listen, let's be clear, this is a pure nostalgia bomb, much like the relaunched Gargoyles from a month ago. For some of us, this is something that's going to have us very, very excited. For others who aren't maybe familiar with the early 80s and 90s cartoons, less so, but give it a try. I'm sure it's going to be fun. It looks like they are playing it very close to the original source material. We finish off the week with Sins of Sinister number 1, written by Kieran Gillen with art by Lucas Werneck, aka the team behind Immortal X-Men. This is the start of the Sins of Sinister mini event, which will take a look at basically Sinister changing the landscape of the mutant universe, and we will have glimpses into what that means 10 years, 100 years, and 1,000 years into the future through a series of 3-issue miniseries. X-Men Red is becoming Storm and the Brotherhood of Mutants for 3 issues. Legion of X is becoming Nightcrawlers, and Immortal X-Men is becoming Immoral X-Men. And then they will round out the event with another one-shot at the end. But this is the book that's going to start us all off, and we know from the creative team they're putting their best foot forward. I am stoked for this. The Age of Apocalypse was a blast back in the 90s, still one of my favorite mutant runs of all time, and this has those same kind of vibes. And that will wrap us up for another week of Comics on Shelves. I hope you enjoyed this little romp through the 5 books I'm most excited to pick up, but I will tell you this was a packed week. As I said at the beginning, there are a ton of other books well worth your attention. And if you enjoyed this, please make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and maybe tell a friend. Also, if you want a lot more comics conversation, be sure to check out our flagship podcast, 11 O'Clock Comics, found everywhere, including Apple and Spotify. And you can always check us out at 11o'clockcomics.com, where you can find and listen to for free more than 800 prior episodes. And if you want even more of us, and trust us, you probably do, check us out at patreon.com/11o'clockcomics or Facebook groups /11o'clockcomics. Until next week.